So let us all welcome Salomé Jashi, the director of Taming the Garden, and also of The Dazzling Light of Sunset, which we screened at the DocYard 4 years ago. So welcome back, Salomé. My name is Abby Sun.
Thanks, Abby. I'm happy to be.
Great. My name is Abby Sun, and I am the curator of the DocYard. This is the last screening of our spring 2021 season, so I will really briefly also at the end give everyone updates about our fall 2021 season. We will be continuing the DocYard. To give a brief visual descriptor of myself, I am a Chinese American woman with black hair in a ponytail. I'm wearing a kind of green blue dress, and I am in a white room with a bookshelf behind my head. We have a couple of people to thank before we get into this Q&A about Taming the Garden. First of all, thank you to Kayla Myers, the DocYard series producer, for being our magician behind the scenes, for coordinating everything, and for providing the log line for the program notes today. Also, thank you to Jen and Lida, our colleagues at the Left Foundation, of which the DocYard is a program. As always, a huge thank you to the Brattle Theater, our venue partner, and we will be returning to the Brattle this fall. And lastly, thank you to Sindicato, to the good folks there for making this screening available and possible for us this spring. So first of all, I guess just to provide a super brief introduction to Salomé's work, it's always, I mean, this is the third feature that you have made, and I've been incredibly impressed with how they have progressed in scale. So that is, Akmaro takes place in kind of one specific building, and Dazzling Light of Sunset has a lot of scenes in the broadcast studio, but it goes out and around, to one specific village. So it's 1 degree of scale larger. And now we kind of abandoned specificity of place with Taming the Garden, and we have a whole host of rural landscapes, villages, people's homes, and it's not necessarily important in this film where exactly we are in the Georgian countryside, but more about kind of the ecosystem and the landscape that they're all operating in. I find all of these films extraordinarily evocative, no matter how big or how small they are, and your ability to pinpoint, the way people speak, how they behave, big dramatizations and small moments, even funny moments, to be quite profound. But just kind of start on a basic level, Salome, all of them do take place in rural or provincial Georgia. What's the interest, kind of the provinces? What's your interest in making films in a rural place?
Well, Abby, yeah, it was really nice to hear this kind of kind of an analysis of the three films, and it's true. Like Bachmara started with a small place, and then I didn't think of it, and then I suddenly grown like into almost the whole country. I mean, the coastline of Georgia, at least, is not the whole country. But yeah, before I give answer to your question, I should describe myself to those who cannot see me right now. So yeah, I'm a Caucasian woman. Young woman, I can say so, with short hair. I'm wearing something very flowery today, and behind me in the background I have some books and the fireplace. I'm sitting in my living room right now, and it's evening actually already, or night. Yeah, as to what attracts me to rural environments, is that probably it's several things probably. One is that it's a little bit outside from where I live exactly. So it's not my immediate neighborhood, and it's kind of, I have some distance to it. But on the other hand, it also very well represents to what is going on in the country right now. I mean, this Tbilisi, the capital, it's quite eclectic. It's also more European, if I can say so. I don't think it really very well represents the country. And when you go in the rural areas, in villages and smaller towns, you actually see what is happening in this country. You see it critically, more obviously. So that's another thing that attracts me there. Yeah, I also find that the people there in the rural areas are more genuine, and the environments are more genuine and authentic. So yeah, maybe that's why, or maybe just the topics that drive me there.
Yeah, I find that oftentimes kind of rural areas or maybe smaller towns, they can sort of be a canary in a coal mine. Like the problems that are problems there first are indicative of larger problems within the country that may not be as
Absolutely.
obvious.